Now, our next award is the Geoffrey Bilson Award for Historical Fiction for Young People. The award is to honor the memory of Geoffrey Bilson, an author and academic who taught at the University of Saskatchewan for over 20 years. Geoffrey published historical fiction for young people, including Goodbye Sarah and Death over Montreal, which was set during the cholera epidemic in 1832. Geoffrey Bilson knew that it was important to teach young people about historical events through the lens of interesting characters and even at times humor. Because what could be funnier than cholera? Ooh, that was the one risky joke I took tonight. Let's continue on. I think that he would be pretty proud of our shortlisted titles today, so we would like to thank the 2020 jury members of the Geoffrey Bilson Award. Chair Gail DeVos, Shala Kaur, Matt McCarney, and Eric Myers. And now, here's a special message from Rose Vespa, Executive Director of the CCBC, who manages this award.
My name is Rose Vespa, and I'm speaking to the Geoffrey Bilson Award for Historical Fiction for Young People. Reading is so important to children for so many reasons. Firstly, it really helps with vocabulary development and speech development. It stimulates children's creativity and imagination and inspiration. With this award in particular, because it deals with historical fiction, it allows other stories to be told from different time periods in history. For the Canadian experience, we hope that other stories from a Canadian perspective are told to give young people an idea of other people's lives across our country. Well, I'd like to thank everybody who was involved in this award. I'd like to thank the jurors for your commitment and time deliberating over these wonderful finalists' works. Thank you for your commitment to Canadian children's literature. I'd like to congratulate the finalists for being a part of this and for being able to honor your work in historical fiction for young people in Canada. And lastly, I'd like to thank the winner. Thank you so much for your skill and your expertise in creating an award-winning historical fiction work for young people. Thank you for your contribution to Canadian children's literature and for hopefully opening the door to more kids to the love of reading and to lifelong learning.
And the 2020 shortlisted titles for the Geoffrey Bilson Award for Historical Fiction for Young People, sponsored by the Canadian Children's Book Centre's Bilson Endowment Fund, are Among the Fallen, written by Virginia Frances Schwartz, published by Holiday House. Be My Love, written by Kit Pearson, published by Harper Trophy Canada. The Big Dig, written by Lisa Harrington, published by Nimbus Publishing. City on Strike, written by Harriet Zaidman, published by Red Deer Press. Orange for the Sunsets, written by Tina Athaide, published by Katherine Tegen Books. Room for One More, written by Monique Polak, published by Car-Ben Publishing. And now, the winner of the Geoffrey Bilson Award for Historical Fiction is Orange for the Sunsets by Tina Athaide, published by Katherine Tegen Books. And here's a fun fact, this is Tina's first novel. That's incredible. She is definitely an author to watch. Speaking of which, here's Tina speaking to us from her home.
I can't even tell you how much it means to me to be here today and how surreal this whole experience really is. Every time I replayed those words in my mind that Orange for the Sunsets had been shortlisted for the Geoffrey Bilson Award, it was like those cartoons where you hear the music, da da da, and then everything is still for a minute, and that's what it was like for me. I'd hear that music in my head and just sort of pause for a second and think, oh my gosh, is this really happening? And then here I am standing here today. Orange for the Sunsets is won. It's completely surreal, and I can't even believe it. You know, this award is not just for me. It is for all the people that were affected by the crisis in 1972 in Uganda. And I share this award with my mom and my dad, my brother, my family, and all the friends whose stories are captured in some way on the pages of this book. You know, this award in particular, the Geoffrey Bilson Award, it looks at our history, our past, our voices, and all of that tells a story, and this award recognizes that all voices in history matter. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my husband and daughter, Ron and Isabella, who helped me find the sunrises after every rejection. And I have to tell you, there were so many rejections, many, many, many. And then Katherine Tegen at HarperCollins, she took a chance on a completely unknown Canadian writer and took the story under her house. And then Rebecca Aronson and Mabel Sue, they embraced my characters, Asha and Yosefu, and they made them so much more than what I even started with. It was incredible. And then Maeve O'Regan, Caden Griffiths, and Shaman Ali, they are behind the scenes at HarperCollins, and they have been my biggest champions for Orange for the Sunset in getting this book out into the hands of readers. So thank you to everyone who has played a role in helping me where I am today. I wouldn't be here standing in front of all of you, or at least standing here virtually in front of all of you today. You know, words can't even begin to express how much it means to me to receive this honor and be recognized among my fellow finalists. Thank you to the jury that read all these books that were submitted for the Geoffrey Bilson Award. You know, what a wonderful experience to read all of those books, but I can imagine it was also quite a daunting task. And finally, you know, Canadian Children's Book Centre and the generous sponsors, thank you for your dedication to encouraging and supporting Canadian writers. So once again, thank you everyone. I can't believe it now, be reliving this and hearing that it actually won, and that's going to take a lot of time to sink in. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Tina, what a wonderful message. Thank you so much for sharing Orange for the Sunsets with us readers, and thank you for giving a voice to those who have been unheard. Really well-deserved award.